Hello, this is James with White Labeled, and today we're talking about referring to Prosperity Tax Advisors. Business owners today commonly assume that their CPA and accounting team really are already taking care of tax strategy and that they're really paying the lowest amount of taxes that they can. An interesting statistic, though, 93% of business owners, according to the U.S. Government Accountability Office, based on IRS information, are overpaying in taxes. So, let's look at what CPAs, generally speaking, are focusing on, and that is filing correctly what has happened in past years. You could really ask yourself or ask your clients, has your CPA sat down with you on a quarterly basis to review strategy? And if the answer is no, more than likely, they're not handling the strategy side, they're just handling what's happened in past years. Conversely, PTA isn't trying to replace your client's CPA or accountant. Really, all that they're doing is looking at and assessing what are ways that they can decrease your current year's taxes, meaning they're not looking back. Right now, we're in 2024. They're not looking at 2023. That's the area usually of your CPA or accounting team. They're looking at what can be done in the current year to decrease your taxes. But how are they doing this? Obviously, that is the million-dollar question. And the foundation with which this is built upon is that PTA has an AI, call it bot, that scrapes through the entire IRS tax code and has found over 1,500 strategies that are available for business owners. And PTA's team then is taking these 1,500 strategies and finding the ones that are a proper fit for that business owner's unique situation. And as a result, they're able to save a lot of their clients 50% or more on their personal taxes. And this is done really not just based on this information, these strategies, but by their team of CPAs, tax attorneys, financial advisors, forensic accountants, and they're digging in and finding the unique situations where they are able to strategically save their clients money. In addition to this, they're doing this in such a way where, let's just assume for the sake of this example, that you're in the financial industry and that you already are talking to your clients on financial matters. They will help find other investments, or if you do insurance, they're going to find other pieces of insurance that you can write up and take care of on your side. So not only is there obviously a commission, which we'll get to a little bit later, but in addition to that, they are also helping you help these business owners with additional strategies that you can work with them on. Now, I want to reiterate this point. PTA does not in any way, shape, or form replace the client's current CPA or accounting team. It's just not something they do. It's they're there to work in conjunction and in addition to what the CPA is doing. That doesn't necessarily mean that they won't step in and help. So they are going to do a second look at any of the strategies that are already being applied by your CPA, and they will give just recommendations to which you can then go back to your CPA and have them help with. Now, again, I realize this is stating it again and again and again, but PTA does not replace them. This is such an important point because clients, frankly, just really generally are not open to replacing their CPA, which is fine. It's not the area that they want to focus on anyway. So what are some of the benefits to you of working with PTA? For example, understanding these strategies and having this as a tool in your tool belt will attract wealthier clients for you. It's just very simply the case. Most people don't really have strategies being applied to their financial situation. So this gives you a leg up on your competition. Now, this is obviously the whole point of this, but PT is going to help free up cash flow by lessening the amount of taxes that client is paying. To give you an idea, their average savings for a client is $52,000 a year. Now, highlight this point. This is very important. Some of their clients have saved millions. Some of them are very wealthy and saved them multiple seven figures in their taxes. And again, this last point here, it's a reiteration, but they will definitely find additional pieces of business for you and help farm them back to you as their rep or as their agent so that you can help them further with insurance and investment if that's your business focus. So in addition to that, let's obviously talk about compensation because this is a very important point. So compensation is 5.15% of the amount that's saved. And you'll see that that's split into two categories. There's if you need help with your referrals versus handling the referrals in full. Some of you out there have great business relationships, and all you're going to do is simply pass them to some other associate within White Labeled, and that associate will help push the deal through. In that case, you would just be splitting that deal with that rep. So you would get 2.5%, they would get 2.5%. But in addition to that, there is an additional 1% that sits in there as a bonus. And this is available for if you introduce someone else. Let's say you know a bookkeeper that has a lot of high net worth clients. You bring that bookkeeper in. The bookkeeper is going to participate either in the commission in full if they handle it, the full referral, they handle the full 5.15%. If they have you take care of it, you make the 2.5%, but you'll also make that additional 1% because we expect that you'll help groove them into the process, encourage them to dig into their network and find qualified referral prospects and make sure that's a smooth process. So we're obviously going to compensate you to make sure that that occurs. So the next step on all of this, though, is really the question, do I need any kind of certification? Because obviously this is a professional area, and the answer, fortunately, is no. PTA takes care of all of the legal requirements in terms of what someone should have as a license. You're really making just a professional referral. And again, this is a very involved referral. We don't want someone just sending over a name and then being done. This is an involved referral. So let's take a look at what it would look like to refer some clients over. Let's assume that you're sending over 2 clients a month. Well, those two clients, assuming you're making the 5.15%, are going to make you roughly $5,300. And this is assuming they're an average client of $50,000 in tax savings. So let's look at what that would look like over the course of a year. You would make $64,000 if you send over just simply those 2 clients every single month. Now, this is quite a notable amount of income. And from what we've observed, this is an excellent addition to anyone who is a professional within business. If you're in the insurance industry, if you're a realtor, if you maybe are a business coach, there are numerous business-related or high net worth individual-related professions that this is a good fit for. And if you see that this would be a good fit for you, what we suggest is that you reach back out to the person who shared this video with you because they will get you started with White Labeled. If you happen to have just stumbled across this video, reach out to us at info@whitelabelednetwork.com and we will help you get started. So that brings us to the end of this review of working with Prosperity Tax Advisors through White Labeled. We hope you are just as excited about this process as we are. And if you are, we will see you on the inside. Thanks so much.